Welcome. Today we're diving into a critical issue: contamination in syrups, specifically DEG and EG. I'm Dr. S.K. Singh, and together we'll explore what went wrong, uncovering the causes and consequences behind this serious problem. Let's get started. Today we're diving into two industrial chemicals, diethylene glycol, or DEG, and ethylene glycol, known as EG. Both are toxic if ingested, with DEG linked to serious health issues like acute kidney injury. EG is often found in antifreeze, and it's just as dangerous. These chemicals matter because they can sneak into liquid medicines through common excipients like glycerin or propylene glycol. The big question we face is, how can we be sure these ingredients are pharmaceutical grade and free from harmful contaminants? It takes more than trusting a supplier's certificate. We need thorough testing, careful supplier qualification, and full traceability to keep medicines safe. Let's look at a serious case from 2022 involving Maiden Pharmaceuticals in India. The World Health Organization issued a medical alert after finding dangerous contaminants in 4 children's cough syrups. These products were identified in the Gambia, but could have spread further through informal markets. The contamination involved toxic chemicals that pose a major risk, especially in medicines for kids. The effects reported were severe: vomiting, diarrhea, kidney injury, and even changes in mental state. This case highlights why strict quality control in pharmaceuticals is absolutely critical. Let's look at the 2022 Uzbekistan case involving Marion Biotech, based in Noida, India. In January 2023, the WHO flagged 2 syrups, DOK1 Max and AMBRONOL, made by Marion Biotech. Lab tests found dangerous levels of toxic chemicals, DEG and EG. The Indian government responded quickly, with inspections and sample testing at the manufacturing site. This case highlights a key lesson in good manufacturing practice. It's vital to check every step in the supply chain, not just the final product. So, where should these contaminants have been caught? Ideally, at the earliest point, before the raw materials even reach production. The World Health Organization reported that authorities quickly stepped in, halting production at the affected sites, suspending product approvals, and starting recalls. Importantly, the contaminated medicines hadn't been exported from India, and no illegal exports were found at that time. This highlights a crucial lesson. Controlling DEG and EG isn't just about meeting export rules, it's a vital safety measure for all oral liquid medicines. In 2025, the problem resurfaced, with new cases detected in specific products within India. Let's walk through what can go wrong in a supply chain. It's a chain of potential failures, each one leading to the next. It starts with supplier selection. If the supplier isn't properly qualified, risks creep in. Then, raw materials might be the wrong grade or poorly traced. At receipt, controls on containers or labels can be inadequate. Sampling might not represent the whole batch, and testing could miss critical impurities. From release to manufacturing, contaminated materials can slip in, and routine tests might not catch certain toxins. Finally, the product reaches patients, and that weakest link becomes the biggest risk. When it comes to analytical controls, we need methods that are not just suitable, but validated, and they must detect impurities at the right level of strictness. It's not enough to just review a supplier's certificate of analysis and release the material. Instead, we combine supplier qualification, identity checks, critical impurity testing, and ongoing risk-based verification. For critical excipients, a good GMP system verifies identity, container integrity, and material grade, while reviewing the COA and controlling supplier changes. Supplier qualification goes deep, looking at manufacturing sites, GMP status, supply chain transparency, and more to ensure quality at every step. After the syrup contamination incidents, India took significant steps to tighten controls on cough syrup exports. Now, exporters must submit finished product samples for testing that checks for harmful substances like DEG and EG, following strict regulatory guidelines. But testing the final product is just one part of the process. A modern control strategy starts with qualifying suppliers, testing raw materials, and using validated methods throughout production. Finished product testing acts as a crucial safety net, but it can't replace strong controls at every earlier stage. When things go wrong in quality management, it usually starts with a gap between what actually happened and what should have happened. This table lays out some common failures alongside the strong expectations that good manufacturing practices set. For example, trusting a supplier without proper checks. That's a risk waiting to happen. Instead, we need risk-based qualification. Relying only on certificates of analysis won't cut it. Independent verification is key. From testing critical ingredients thoroughly to maintaining full traceability and having a culture focused on patient safety, these expectations form the backbone of quality. Understanding these gaps helps us close them. When it comes to preventing DEG and EG contamination in pharma, there are some golden rules we need to follow. First, really know your supplier. Don't treat qualification as a one-time checkbox. Next, understand your excipient thoroughly, including its entire manufacturing and supply chain. Testing is crucial. Focus on what truly matters, the critical contaminants. Sampling must be scientific. A poor sample can give a false sense of security. And finally, always verify the certificate of analysis. It's important, but independent checks are essential when risk or regulations demand it. Let's keep going with some vital lessons for the pharma industry. First, control changes carefully. Any shift in supplier, source, manufacturing process, or material grade needs a formal evaluation, no exceptions. Next, protect data integrity. Analytical results have to be complete, accurate, and recorded in real time. Then, investigate signals, complaints, out-of-spec results, unusual raw materials, or supplier issues are all red flags. Build a quality culture where employees can raise concerns without fear. And always, put patient safety first. Testing costs are nothing compared to the price of a contaminated medicine. The DEG and EG syrup tragedies remind us that pharmaceutical quality isn't about a single test. It's a chain of many critical steps. Cases involving Maiden Pharmaceuticals, Marion Biotech, and others in 2025 show us just how costly failures in controlling oral liquid medicines can be. The key takeaway: we need strong supplier qualification, careful sampling, validated testing methods, traceability, thorough investigations, and above all, a quality culture that never compromises. It's about protecting patients every step of the way. Here, we see the key references that have informed our discussion. These include several WHO medical product alerts, highlighting important investigations and safety concerns. We also draw on regulatory frameworks from around the world, from India's revised Schedule M to the US FDA's standards, and international guidelines like ICH Q7, Q9, and Q10. Together, these sources provide a solid foundation for understanding pharmaceutical quality and safety in a global context. If you found this presentation useful, please take a moment to like and subscribe to the Siphacos channel. Sharing it with your pharmaceutical colleagues helps us reach more people who care about quality and compliance. And don't forget to leave a comment. Your thoughts and experiences inspire us to keep creating advanced content on GMP, quality control, regulatory affairs, and more. Your support truly makes a difference. That brings us to the end of our presentation. For any further support or questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you for your time and attention. It's been a pleasure sharing this with you today.